As music producers, we're always wanting to add vocal phrases to our beats, but the problem I find is most people are using the same ones over and over again. And whilst the average listener might not notice, us producers are geeks, man. We hear everything. Like, have you ever been at a party or just listening to music with your boys and suddenly you're like, you hear that vocal? I know exactly where that's from. And your boys are looking at you like you're a weirdo. Well, what if I told you I found a way to generate an endless amount of unique vocal phrases using any words and voice you want? You'd probably say, Jay, you're a G. And it's true. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. But first of all, we're going to need to cook up a melody. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so I'm thinking we could try and make something quite vibey and catchy. So I'm working around 130 BPM and we could start with some electric keys. Try with something like this. Let's flip this though. Like that first chord, so I'm just inverting the middle note. Come down here after, just follow that same sort of process. See how this sounds. Right, we could randomize the velocity a bit. I'm gonna copy this. Bring this up here. I want to lay it out with some other keys though. Let's just copy that into a grand piano. Maybe what we could do is take this, pitch it up an octave, 2 octaves. Copy that. Let's take this. We'll try pitching this up an octave too, but we'll move this over. Let's switch the key. We'll pitch everything up by like 2. Let's just copy those bass notes as well. Just bring them down an octave. Yeah, there we go. And also I've just got some delay and some reverb on that main piano too. I know I said catchy and this is sounding dark, but I'm just going to run with it. Let's take that piano, I'll render it, and then I'm going to pitch this one up an octave, do some processing, and maybe reverse it. With this reverse one, we'll just bring it back like this. It's just a technique I use a lot. Maybe we fade them in like this. Yeah, every other one sounds good. Let's throw on some portal and we'll throw on some reverb too, just to separate it. Okay, I'm actually switching that first instrument for this Mellotron preset. I like the sound of this one. Alright, before we add anything else, I want to get to the vocals because this will sort of act as a counter melody anyway. Okay, so to create custom vocal phrases and an endless amount of them, we're going to be using 2 different plugins by a company called Dreamtonics, who are actually today's sponsors. So huge shout out to them. I haven't seen anything like this before. And the first one is Synthesizer V Studio. And this is a tool that can open within your DAW and you can use it to draw out notes to create a vocal phrase. And you can even change the words of each one. And then you can do so much more with it, which I'm going to get into. And then the second plugin is vocoflex, and that's where you can change the voice to any voice you want. You can even import audio from your own voice or people you know and change it to that. So it's crazy, man. So we're going to start by picking a voice. We'll just choose Natalie. We'll choose the note tool, and then we'll just start by coming up with some sort of melody, and then we can double click in there and we'll type in maybe just something like ooh for now. I'm just going to get the basic notes in, then we'll improve it. Crazy. Thinking we could say got my cactus on me. Maybe if we put my.
Got my cactus.
And then we'll go higher.
Got my cactus long.
Change this to on.
Got my cactus on me.
Let's extend that actually. Maybe we'll bring that up, then add this one here.
Got my cactus on me.
Yo, this is crazy, you know. Then we'll get a year in. So it just takes a minute to get all the notes in and the positioning right, but it's worth it.
got my cactus on me. Yeah, yeah.
Let's try this as well. Let's change this to and. See if it loops back around.
Ooh, got my cactus on me. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, got my cactus on me.
Let's try these down here.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
Yo, this is
got my
wild.
cactus on me.
This is actually crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And even when you've got the words in, you can make so many different changes to make it more human. So we could even just start with changing the expressiveness of when she says cactus.
Got my cactus on. Got my cactus on me.
So instead of having yeah here, what we could do is enter a minus sign and it'll carry on the first word. So like this.
Yeah,
It's wild, man.
got my cactus on me. Yeah.
So if we go to the voice panel, we could go down and then you've just got a lot more control over how it actually sounds. For example, you could increase the vibrato if you needed to.
Got my cactus on me.
Doesn't really need it for this, but you get the idea. And you could do the same with single notes as well. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. Let's try a different voice.
Got my cactus on me.
Okay, just copied that 4 bars across and then changed a couple things in the second half. So now we've got 2 different parts like this.
Got my cactus on me. Yeah. Got my cactus on me. Yeah.
It's wild. And then here's the next step. So if we send this to an empty mixer, now we can pull up vocoflex. So vocoflex is a tool you can use to change the voice. So we could start by going to some of the presets and we'll just pick a random one. Try emotional, energetic.
Got my cactus on me.
It just completely transformed it. Let's try a different one though. Maybe velvety female.
Got my cactus on me.
So this one sounds pretty hard.
Yeah.
Now when you move this,
Got my cactus on me.
it's mixing the timbre of the voice. So if you think about when someone's singing, even if it's just a short phrase, throughout that phrase there's going to be different timbres depending on her expression and how she's pronouncing things. So these dots are breaking up the target voice into micro moments so you can really get the sound that you want. But it gets even crazier than that, and let me show you why. Let's go to my Velvet Voices vocal phrase kit and we're going to choose the dry ones.
I don't get nothing about you. And over my hair was so.
So let's say you're happy with the phrase, but there's certain voices that you really like. And for example, it could be this one. We're actually going to drag this in and it's going to analyze the audio. So then you can transform the vocal that you had to this target voice.
Got my cactus on.
And again, you can move this around until you find the timbre you want. It's saying stuff. Like AI is just getting too crazy, man. It doesn't even stop there because we could pull up another voice, even a male one. Now we can get this balance between the two of them. So we'd have the male here
Cactus on me.
or the female here. And then a mix of both of them.
Got my cactus on me.
So you can use this to change the voice gender, blend male and female tones, create backing vocals, create unlimited vocal phrases saying whatever you want them to say. Like this whole setup is insane, man. And if you really wanted to, you could create your own voice timbre from scratch just with this tool here. Let's just see.
Got my cactus on me.
And then once you've got the one you like, you can save that as a preset. So really you can create lead vocals for your tracks, but this is just going to be a vocal phrase for the beat. So I'm just going to add an EQ to filter it, some pancake, delay, and some reverb. My usual processing for phrases. And now we got this. This is hard. But yeah, if you want to see how mad it is for yourself, I'll left links to everything in the description. So you could either try vocoflex, synthesizer V, or get everything as a bundle with different voices. So again, huge shout out to Dreamtonics for sponsoring the video. Let's get back into it. Okay, next up I want to add a violin. So when the vocals come out, the violin will come in. And in synthesizer, you can actually export the MIDI, so it's going to make it a lot easier. Change it a bit though. Let's change the preset. So we got this. Cold. Alright, let's get some drums in now. Of course, we'll go to the Sacred Track Suite for this one. We'll use this treble snare. Could even add a hi-hat MIDI. Feeling that. And maybe we could stop it like this. Right, let's get a second snare in. Let's copy that over. Okay, let's get some open hats in too. Crazy. Actually, maybe this one. Alright, of course, we're going to use the spins for this one. Let's pitch this up. Maybe just a short note like this. This beat is already sounding full, so I don't need to add anything else. I'm just going to do a quick structure. Pretty simple structure. We'll just take the kick out, have the vocal in the first half, and then switch to the violin. Save this open hat as well. Copy everything over. Then we'll take out the vocals here. Take out this pad. Yeah, it sounds hard there. Then I might take the vocal here and just pitch this down an octave. Then for a bit of variation, we'll take the MIDI here and just pitch everything up an octave. Just to separate it. Then in the intro, we've got everything down an octave. And this is just the cinema bass in my sub bass section. This might be the last thing. Alright, let's have a listen from the beginning. So just starting with the piano and the vocals down an octave. Sounded crazy. Transitioning to the violin as well. It sounds cool. And we got the verse. Bounce on this one's mad. Then we got this reverse section. Just a small texture. Then into the bridge. So yeah, I hope you're feeling this one. If you want to try out the vocal plugins for yourself, I've left links to everything in the description. And if you want more videos just like it, then click up here.